So it was definitely one of those things where I got a call from his management first of all, and they were like, how would you feel about being the lead guitarist in Megadeth? And I was like, yeah, of course I would love to be the lead guitarist in Megadeth. So yeah, that's just the way I felt. And the funny thing is it really didn't catch up to me until probably a year after joining, because I felt like I had so much work to do. So the 90s for me was probably very different than the 90s for Dave, you know, and each individual actually. I think what made the CD cohesive and sound like that was, one, obviously a lot of Dave has that, you know, he pulls from that history that he has, and he had a lot of the writing, of course, you know, on the CD. So that has a lot to do with it, but then also at the same time, we were always under the kind of like the feeling that we wanted to really be heavy and kind of just push the CD and make it a little bit more fast-paced. So even after we started demoing some of the songs, we were like, let's bump it up a little bit more. Let's make it a little faster, you know? And so I think that, yeah, that brought it back, I think, to some of that aggressiveness that was had in the earlier stuff. Well, I think, you know, I had a lot of input with a lot of the guitar melodies and the guitar harmonies, a lot of the arrangement in terms of, you know, the harmonies of the guitars, some of the classical guitars and acoustic guitars I had written on. So, you know, just a lot of that kind of input. We all had our finger on it a little bit though, you know, whether it was the arrangement, you know, oh, you know, maybe another chord should go here or something like that. Everybody kind of had their own input, you know, so we were all sitting there kind of just listening back and thinking about ways that the song could become better. Yeah, I think, you know, it definitely wasn't the intention, you know, kind of like this tribute idea. I mean, you know, we've heard of it a lot, you know, a lot of people have said, oh, it sounds like old Megadeth, you know, but I think really, you know, when we all got in the studio, it just was kind of like all of our mindsets came together in the sense that we all knew we wanted something that was really hard-hitting, fast-paced, but with a little diversity in it, you know. I think that it made the band more cohesive, you know, it made us come together a little bit more. And it was perfect timing with the 20th anniversary of Rest in Peace. For me, you know, it's kind of like getting a little bit more of a history lesson in Megadeth as well, because, you know, obviously, you know, kind of coming into it and learning it myself in a way. And with Ellefson back in, he really brought in another light on the back catalog, and has helped me out with, you know, getting down some of the songs that we don't play live. So I don't think you can do anything in life without it somehow affecting you. I think with each of those bands I grew a lot, and it's with Megadeth too. Megadeth, you know, I've grown a lot since I've been in Megadeth, and so it's kind of the same thing, you know. It's an outcome of my own style, but yet it's influenced by all those individuals that I've been around, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, they've always helped me step up. You know, they've helped me become what I am. I have a keyboard at home, but I mainly use it when I want to write music or you know, write for like sequence drums and stuff like that. But I don't have time to dedicate right now to the piano or the violin. But I definitely see myself when I decide to retire. I see myself sitting on a front porch of some house playing flamenco guitar and the violin. Who knows how well, but that's what I'll be doing. Yeah. When you go and you learn a certain musical style and you learn a way of thinking about music, it never leaves you, you know. And so even with the arrangements of the heaviest stuff that we put on the CD, you know, I'm thinking about the harmonies and the way that the melodies are weaving in and out with each other, and that's a very kind of like theoretical, classical kind of upbringing way to think about it. So it's already affected what we've done.
You play me, but
it's funny. It's a common question, and I get the feeling that people want me to like start doing backflips and jumping up and down and all of that stuff. And I am proud to be a part of it. I really am, and I'm excited to see how it goes down. But at the end of the day, really, my focus is on how well can I play, how well can I perform. It's for me, it's just like tonight. You know, I'm gonna after I get done with my interviews, you know, I'm gonna try and warm up and be as prepared as I can for the show tonight. And that it's the same thing for any show, whether you're playing for 100 people or 100,000 people. You know, I couldn't see going up there on stage and saying, it's just for this many people, who cares? Or, wow, it's for this many people, it's got to be perfect. You know, you just do the best you can. So. Hey, this is Chris Broderick with Megadeth, and you're watching